Lovely to see all of you out there. I'm here to open up this microphone here for sharing. We'll have a program of musicians coming now, and anytime there's a transition and new musicians coming up, you're welcome to come up to this microphone and tell your own stories and memories about Brian, who he was to you, what he meant to you. The musicians will pause and give you an opportunity, so don't hesitate to make use of this if you are feeling drawn to share something. My name is Katrina Makaya, and I sang with Brian for about 2.5, 3 years between 2007 and 2010. We were also sweeties during that time. And I had always been a shower singer. Even Donald, who I was married to for 8 years, hardly ever heard me sing because I didn't want anyone to hear me sing, or at least I thought that I didn't want anyone. But when I saw Brian singing in town, something in me said, I'd like to sing with him. And Emily Poor, who's here today, introduced us at Congregants. And we got to talking about Chicago because I had lived there for a while, and he was from the Chicago area. And during that time, I just happened to mention the one and only song I had ever sung outside of a choir context at somebody's wedding one time, Give Yourself to Love by Kate Wolf. And he didn't know the song, but he went home and he found it online and he taught it to himself. And then a couple days, he called me and said, I've got the song. And so I went over and we sang that together, and that was the beginning of both relationships that we had. But I was always, even singing with him, still a nervous singer. I've heard stories, people talking about the way that we looked when we were singing together, and how romantic we looked because we gazed into each other's eyes. And I said, well, you didn't realize that was the only way I could sing in public. Brian's eyes were my anchor. If I looked away and looked at the audience for very long, especially at the beginning, I just get too nervous. And so that was one reason we looked at each other. But I remember also one time sitting in Mikey's downtown in Moscow having a meal, and I was talking about my frustration in finding a way to get my voice out. I always felt like it was kind of locked in there somewhere. And I said, it's like my voice is in here and I'm trying to reach in there and get it out there. And he said, well, if you take your fist out of there, it'll come out. And I realized that I'd been kind of bullying myself into singing how I thought I should sing, sounding how I thought I should sound. And Brian just created a context for me to become more comfortable singing. He could dial in any song into a key that would work for me. I had no idea that that was part of my frustration. And I was trying to sing keys that didn't work. He would just say, well, we're in the wrong key, let's do it in this one. Really? You could do that? And he put it in B flat or some strange key that most people don't sing in, and suddenly I could sing it. So he opened up a world of music to me, and when I stopped singing with him, I stopped singing altogether. And so one of the things that is passing, and Terry Trabowski's passing, have done for me is to give me the message to start singing however I can, with whomever I can. So today is the beginning of that. Again, this microphone is available for anyone who would like to share something.